This is part 3 of report visualizations. Next, we're going to create some visualization to analyze trips by date. You might recall that we had made some transformations and linked the trips dataset to the weather dataset. We have to do one more change. We have to go to the data view in the trips dataset. We look at the data key column that we had created, and we need to convert the data type from text to date. With that in place, we can proceed back to the report view where we can add a line chart where now we're going to place on the x-axis the date and remove the quarter from the date hierarchy. On the y-axis, we're going to add the count of departure from the trips dataset, and as a secondary y-axis, we're going to do the average of the temperature. We're going to rename this average temperature. We're going to rename count of departure to number of trips, and we will rename this later. We need to expand down to 2 levels so we can see how the trips were fluctuating along the year, as well as how the average temperature. Let us further customize, so we can place this something like this. And we can format. The various titles. Temperature. Let us now add a slicer for the date. Okay, so I'm going to resize this like this. Now I am going to add a stacked column chart, and this shall be for the hour, showing the total number of trips. Okay, so one last thing that we have left is to add some insights. Actually, I would like to add a card. So yes, this shall be the total revenue. We can place it here. And one last thing is we can add here a smart narrative. The smart narrative will take into consideration the different visuals on this report and explain it. Okay, obviously that will be taking into consideration the context that you choose. You can see that the smart narrative will change. Thank you. That concludes this webinar. Thank you for your attention.